Welcome back to PC Builder. I'm Jason. Amazon Prime Day 2026 is finally here. Buckle up because this video is going to be a roller coaster ride through all the best Prime Day 2026 gaming deals on gaming monitors, gaming laptops, gaming pre-builts, PC components, and more. Everything is going to be linked down in the video description, and we will keep those links updated. Of course, many of the best Prime Day deals, they just drop suddenly. So we'll be posting the best deals as they drop as YouTube posts, which you can find on our YouTube channel page under posts. And I'll leave that linked in the video description as well. Let's jump into it. This video is sponsored by Seasonic. For PC enthusiasts looking for ultimate performance, Seasonic's flagship Prime TX 1300 delivers. ATX 3.1 and PCIe 5.1 compatible with 1300 watts powering even the most insane PC builds. The Prime TX 1300 now comes with an updated 12-volt 2x6 cables for increased safety and reliability with RTX 50 series GPUs. And Seasonic's digital fan control means the PSU stays cool and quiet under load. And it just won the 2026 Best PSU Series Award from the European Hardware Association. Check out Seasonic Prime TX 1300 using the link in the video description. Let's jump into the best gaming monitor deals for Amazon Prime Day in 2026 because this is the major savings point. Of everything I'm going to show you, there are insane savings on gaming monitors. We're going to start off with OLED. We're going to start off 1440p. We'll look at some 4K gaming monitors. Then we'll go back to the more budget stuff. But let's jump in. Look at this. The Acer Predator 240Hz QD-OLED for $315. I never thought these came out for $1,000, which just a couple years ago. I never thought we'd see these down to the price point that we used to pay for regular LCD 1440p gaming panels. And this is not just a trash one with like a trash stand. This is a great one. It's got the Samsung QD-OLED display panel that all the other ones use. It's the 3rd gen. It's got a full height, tilt, and swivel stand to it. Now this one doesn't have a USB hub. I'll show you one that does in just a moment. It's got 2 DisplayPort 1.4, 2 HDMI 2.1 ports on it. I mean, what else do you need? This is going to be incredible HDR. Really hands down, if you're thinking about like, should I get like one of those mini LEDs or should I get OLED for around the same price? I think OLED is the easy play automatically. If you're looking for a 1440p 240Hz OLED gaming monitor that also has a full USB hub to it, as well as a height, tilt, and swivel stand, check out the AOC Q27 GAZDV right now for $349 over at Amazon. This has probably been my top recommendation for the best budget OLED gaming monitor of 2026. Usually sits around $379, $380, all the way down to $349 right now. If you're looking for a slight upgrade on your OLED gaming monitor and you're looking for that 4th gen WOLED panel, these what are called tandem gaming panels, the Gigabyte MO27Q28G, and then the R, by the way, stands for the glossy finish. And over at Newegg, for some reason, they sell the matte one. We'll talk about the differences there in just a moment. This deal's insane, $454. These panels, by the way, came out at $600, and that's where they were until just recently. This is a huge deal. Now, note, LG is selling their panel that's basically the same thing for about $30 more. The Gigabyte is tested a little bit better than that one. And then, of course, Asus has theirs for $100 more. It's definitely not worth it. In fact, the Gigabyte is tested better than the Asus panel. So this is the one I'm strongly recommending that you pick up. Now, what's the difference between QD-OLED and WOLED 4th gen? Honestly, the 4th gen WOLED gets a little bit brighter. Text clarity, slightly worse than QD-OLED, but still very, very good compared to previous OLED monitors. 280 Hz refresh rate. Some people just like the brightness of these monitors. They're closer to LCD brightness in that way. This is a really good one. It's got KVM switches to it. It's got a full USB hub to it. $454 over at Amazon will get you the glossy one. The glossy has a mirror-like finish on it, great for gaming in darker environments, and has that black shield that makes blacks look a little bit more black, I guess. If you game mostly in brighter environments, I would probably pick up the matte version, which is sold over at Newegg. And this one right here is the MO27Q28G. Notice no R at the end, for $454 also. If you're looking for Amazon Prime Day deals on the best 360Hz 1440p OLED gaming monitor, honestly, this is the only one to buy. It's the Alienware AW2725DF. Alienware at all the 360Hz panels that QD-OLED 3rd gen came out. This was the best one, hands down. It's often sold for the lowest price. For $499, if you are going to get the benefit of 360Hz, this is the one I would get. Fully featured. It's got a full height, tilt, and swivel stand to it. got more premium construction. It's also got a USB hub to it. Honestly, at $499, it's tough to beat. Let's jump into the best 4K 240Hz OLED gaming monitor deals for Amazon Prime Day in 2026. And honestly, this is my top one. I really want you to get this one. I strongly recommend it. Gigabyte just kind of knocked it out of the park with the MO27U2 versus all the other competitors, but I do have one alternative in there in case this sells out because it is low stock over at Amazon right now, although Newegg also has it. So check those links down in the video description. The MO27U2 is a very premium construction. It's got a full height, tilt, and swivel stand. It's 240 Hertz. It's 3rd gen QD-OLED panel, just like all the rest of them are. It's got the KVM switches to it. It's just got a lot of nice to haves to it. I think Gigabyte has done the best job of anybody putting these packages together. For $649, really insane. You will find competitors like at $850, even on Amazon Prime Day right now. It is kind of blowing my mind. But if you need an alternative to this for some reason, I would also look at the MSI Mag 27 2UP. Now, there's been a couple different versions of this monitor. This one's a little bit more cut down, a little bit more plasticky in terms of its construction. It doesn't have a full USB hub. It does have a USB Type-C input for like a laptop or something like that to offload the display signal. It's also very, very good at $664 right now, but would I pay the extra money for this? No, I would definitely pick up the Gigabyte instead. But if that one sells out for some reason, this is my next choice. Let's jump into the best 1440p gaming monitor deals for Amazon Prime Day 2026. Now, this is going to be rapid fire on the LCD deals. We're going to start off at the budget level. This is the best cheap 1440p gaming monitor deal right now, $149. Though check the links in the video description. There might be some competition in this space, but right now I'd go with the XV271U by Acer. It's got a great stand to it, 180 Hertz. It's a 27-inch panel, does pretty good on the motion handling, doesn't get quite as bright as other LCDs. So if you want something slightly better, check out this next monitor, which is the Asus ROG Strix XG27ACS. Definitely gets brighter. Also has a USB Type-C input if you want to use it with like a laptop output or something. $189 is its lowest price in 2026. But don't overspend too much because the Kurai G2721E 300 Hertz, 320 Hertz with the overclock on it. You can decide whether or not to use it. This is my top 240 Hertz or higher LCD pick right now at $189 over at Amazon. And I would pick this up because usually it's more like $289. And then we've got the AOC Q27 G40XMN. This is over at Best Buy, really the only place that sells it, for $199. They say it's on clearance. I don't know what's coming with it. Now, the stand on this is hot garbage, so it does need a monitor arm with it, which I'll link in the video description. But this is mini LED. So you get the really good HDR with LCD, and that's not quite up to the standards for OLED, but really good. It's a VA panel, so you do get a little bit of black kind of VA smear to it that you don't necessarily get with IPS panels, but most people believe this is one of the best 1440p gaming monitors out there. All right, let's jump in the best GPU deals for Amazon Prime Day 2026. Now, I'm going to preface this, obviously, AI data centers ate all of our RAM and SSDs. They drove up prices. The good news is that GPU prices have come down from their massive highs earlier this year. On the AMD Radeon side, you probably have the biggest deals out there. There's one NVIDIA value, though, that if you're looking for NVIDIA, that I would snap up. Let's start off AMD Radeon GPUs, RX 9070 XT 16GB versions. Now, $649 is probably the cheapest price you're going to find. And right now, the only model at that price is the PowerColor Reaper. It's a good model. It's got 3 fans to it. It's a pretty good one from PowerColor. There was the Gigabyte Gaming OC and the Gigabyte Gaming OC Ice before Prime Day at $649. They may come back, so check those links in the video description. We will keep posting the best ones. Honestly, if you want a 9070 XT anytime before the middle of 2027, I would probably pick it up at $649. This is probably going to be one of the best prices you find. If you have a little bit less to spend, the RX 9070, the non-XT version, 16GB, great deal right now, $574. It's just $25 basically over its MSRP, despite much higher VRAM costs to it. We have heard, by the way, that GPU prices might go up after Prime Day because what we're seeing here is stuff that was manufactured when prices weren't super crazy. So if you need one of these GPUs, this is a good one to get. Again, $574. It's not that much slower than the XT version. If you want a white one, this is the XFX Swift RX 9070 OC White for $579. Typically, white cards command quite a price premium, so the fact that it's $579, this is essentially probably its MSRP. Another good deal over at Newegg right now is the RX 9070 GRE 12 gigabyte. Remember, this just launched. AMD just launched it in early June, and $549 was a really dumb price for it. I said it needed to be $499. Well, if you click this code right here, it'll basically give you a $50 discount to cut it down to $499. Now, I had heard through the grapevine that there were going to be other models at $499, and there still might be, so check those links down in the video description. However, they didn't materialize on Prime Day, despite the fact that I was expecting them. This is still a good one. This is an actual OC model, and it's only about 5% slower than the RTX 5070 if you're considering that. And then on the AMD Radeon side, if you want something still 1440p capable and you don't quite have $500 to spend, although I would stretch up to that GRE if I could, because 12 gigs is enough for 1440p rasterized gaming, by the way. The 9060 XT 16 gigabyte, the cheapest model right now is $429. It's about $30, $30 cheaper than they typically have been in the past couple of months. So that's a nice discount. I was hoping for $399. It looks like that's not going to happen. I wouldn't necessarily wait on these GPUs if you want to get one. Let's jump into the best NVIDIA GPU deals for Amazon Prime Day 2026. Now, I'm going to preface this with saying, obviously, NVIDIA pricing is out of control. They've largely given up everything to go for AI right now. They've abandoned gamers, but I actually found a pretty good deal here, and I want to share it with you. It's the MSI Shadow, not for $579. In fact, if you click this is a 3-fan model, by the way. This is not an MSRP model typically, but if you click this, you get a $30 discount code. That makes this card $549, which is its MSRP. And actually, because again, this is not typically an MSRP card, the 2-fan model is. This is a really good deal here. If you absolutely have to have an NVIDIA GPU, RTX 5070, 12 gigs, again, I feel like is plenty for 1440p gaming, as long as we're not talking about high-end path tracing kind of stuff. This is a good card, and I would definitely pick it up. All right, if you're looking for an RTX 5070 Ti deal during Amazon Prime Day, I'm using deal with quotation marks here, this is about the best you're gonna find. Maybe some super flash sale goes about $20 lower, but honestly, the Asus Prime for $899 for the RTX 5070 Ti, probably the best you're going to find. I strongly recommend you buy a 9070 XT, but I know some of you will only buy NVIDIA GPUs. If you're looking for this GPU, I just don't expect it to go much cheaper. I would pick this up. In terms of the RTX 5080, I am actually seeing some quote-unquote deals. This card is probably never going to hit its $999 MSRP again. You're like, Jason, this one's $1,500. That's crazy for the Gigabyte Gaming OC. It's a monster, amazing beast of a card. But if you click here, you get a $250 discount code. That makes this $1,199. This is probably one of the cheapest. I think it's the cheapest RTX 5080 right now. And this is one of the best models. So that's really, really crazy. All right, let's jump into the best PC parts deals for Amazon Prime Day 2026. Now, if you're looking to do a brand new gaming PC build for Amazon Prime Day, I will leave link down in the video description. Our Prime Day PC builds that we just released like yesterday before I filmed this. In the video description, we went $800, $1,400, $2,000 PC builds for Prime Day. We talk about RAM combo deals, all kinds of other combo deals to save you money. If, however, you're looking to beat the Steam Machine, which just dropped yesterday, and I didn't know that was coming, so I threw together a $1,049 beats the Steam Machine build, because that's the Steam Machine price. This thing annihilates the Steam Machine, just doesn't beat it. Ryzen 7600X, 9060 XT 16 gigabyte. It's in a micro ATX smaller form factor PC case to it. It would go great next to your TV. It's insane. It's even liquid cooled, so you'll have to check that out. And I'll leave this whole build link down in the video description. And as I look at it right now, I'm looking at all the parts. This is the full build over at Newegg. You can use their build manager. $1,049.93. So it's the exact same price, and it crushes the Steam Machine. So what other deals are we seeing right now? In terms of CPUs that are on sale, the Ryzen 5 7600X, $146. It's about time that this CPU hit this price point on sales like this, by the way. The Ryzen 5600 used to do this. $146, especially with the cost of RAM right now. This is a pretty good deal. I will say over at Newegg, they are bundling most CPUs with an all-in-one liquid cooler, which is the Cooler Master Elite here. It's kind of a budget-ish 240 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. And on top of that, if you buy certain motherboards with certain CPUs, you also get like $15, $20, $30 combo deals at combo discounts at the same time. So consider that before you buy anything. But the Ryzen 7 7700X also on sale right now for $199. Honestly, I think that's probably where it needs to be in our current environment with the RAM crisis. So this is really, really nice as well. If you want a little bit more oomph than the Ryzen 7600X. The 7800X3D also in terms of a good price, $350. You click the coupon box. Again, Newegg is comboing this with RAM and motherboards and things like that. We'll see in just a moment. But if you just want the CPU, this is a really nice one to pick up. All right, let's talk about those Newegg combo deals. So they've added some additional combo deals since what we looked at for our builds, but in line with what we were expecting in terms of 16 gigabyte combos with motherboards and SSDs that don't have CPUs to them. And then we've got ones with CPUs to them as well. I feel like the discounts are a little bit better with the CPU ones, but the gulf between them is not as big as it had been in the past. So for instance, this is the 9600X, which right now is coming with the free 240 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler, 16 gigabytes, 2x8 gigabyte kit of DDR5, 6000 CL36 RGB RAM from Corsair, and then the Gigabyte B850M Eagle, which is a great micro ATX kind of more mid-range motherboard for $529. And again, that gets 4 out of your 8 components set away there. You could certainly add in a $500 9070 GRE or even an RTX 5070 for $549 to it, and would be well on your way to a really nice gaming PC build. In terms of DDR4 combos, they've also got these. I'll leave all of their combos linked down in the video description. Check those out. I'm also going to leave our global RAM deals list, and somebody from the Philippines just said, hey, I checked this out and I actually found some really good deals. So check that out if you're outside the US as well. I am seeing some Intel CPUs with some discounts on them finally coming through. So maybe check out like this B760 motherboard up here with 16 gigs of RAM. Otherwise, I think the best budget CPU basically is the Ryzen 5500. Yes, the 5800X3D is going to come out for $100 more than this whole price, where you get 16 gigs of RAM, a good B550 motherboard, and you get the Ryzen 5500, which is fine with any of the more budgetist GPUs up to like a 96XT 16 gigabyte. And right now it's actually also coming with a budget tower air cooler, which it doesn't need. The included Ray Stealth cooler is perfectly adequate, but honestly, and this is not a $50 value, it's got a really cool digital one. Similar digital ones by Thermaltake are about $25. So that's just a really nice little value. Let's go through a couple of the top pre-built gaming PC deals for Amazon Prime Day in 2026. Now, I have a whole video on how to buy a pre-built gaming PC. I have a whole list by graphics card and by budget. I will leave that linked in the video description. We update that regularly. I'm going to pull out what I think are like the 3 or 4 top values from that list right now to show you for this video. Here's the Andromeda Insights RTX 5080 gaming PC, $2,349. Now that's the going rate for a RTX 5080 PC. If you want a Ryzen CPU, they're like $2,800, $2,900, some over $3,000. I think that is crazy. Get this one instead. This is the Core Ultra 5 250KF. This is a great CPU by Intel. Now, no future upgrade path, but pre-built buyers don't typically look to upgrade that often. So I think this is perfectly adequate. 32 gigs, DDR5, 6000 RAM on it as well. It's got an all-in-one liquid cooler, and it's in the GAM Dias. I think this is the Atlas M4 case that we used in one of our recent builds. Kind of tough to beat for $2,350. The challenge for RTX 5070 Ti pre-built gaming PCs has been the 5070 Ti ones cost almost as much as the 5080s, so you might as well get the 5080s. But here's one with a Ryzen 7800X3D, RTX 5070 Ti, 32 gigs of DDR5 6000 RGB RAM to it, and an B850 motherboard, 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler for just under $2,300. And I have checked, this is the cheapest 5070 Ti pre-built out there, and it comes with a 7800X3D. The good news is, if you're looking for an RX 9070 XT gaming PC build with a really high-end CPU like the Ryzen 7 7800X3D and 32 gigs of RAM, StoreMat Craft has you covered with this particular build. It's $18.99. It's backordered right now over at Newegg. If you don't want to wait for the backorder, right now it's only a day, but it might sell through during the sale. Amazon has it for a little bit more, and I'll leave both places linked down in the video description. And this is going to give you similar performance, by the way, to the RTX 5070 Ti PC that we just looked at. As we go down the stack, what I'm seeing is not that everything is becoming cheaper for like an RTX 5070 pre-built. What I'm seeing is you're getting more for your money. So typically they're about $1,799, and you get like a i7 14700F. That's an older Intel CPU with it. You get more air cooler kind of things. So right now what I'm seeing is you get a Ryzen 7700X. That's an AM5 CPU. You get the RTX 5070. You get an X670 motherboard. You get this nice looking PC case, 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. Basically, they just kind of amped everything up. So you're getting the same price essentially, but you're getting better value, especially with 32 gigs of RAM. Now, Newegg right now has a really good deal on an RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte GPU Prebuilt Gaming PC by Thermaltake, super premium one here in the View 170 PC case, which we built in ourselves. 240 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler with the i5 14600K using DDR5 RAM. Now, a lot of pre-built makers right now are switching over to DDR4, even for GPUs like the 5060 Ti. 5060 Ti and higher, I'd really want to see DDR5 RAM. Otherwise, you do run into a CPU bottleneck with DDR4 on 5060 Ti's and 5070s. That's why this one is insane for $1449. And honestly, it's quite a bit cheaper with 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM than just about anything else. All right, let's jump in the best gaming laptop deals for Amazon Prime Day 2026. And I had some higher end laptop deals. They completely sold out within minutes, basically. So if you want some of these, I would snap them up. I think what's going on right now is you're seeing some laptops like this manufactured when parts were a little bit cheaper and they've been sitting around so they can sell them at a lower price. But once they run out of the stock of this, the stuff that's replacing it is going to be more expensive. So buy your laptops now. With that out of the way, here's my top deal. If you want 1440p gaming and you don't want to run out of VRAM, this is the Acer Nitro 16S 16-inch laptop with an RTX 5070 Ti. Now, the 5070 Ti on the laptop is different than the desktop. Don't compare the two, but this has 12 gigs of VRAM to it, which is plenty for 1440p gaming. And it comes with a 1440p 180 hertz display to it. 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. You can find some of these with 16 gigs, but you don't actually save that much. That's why I would pick this one up here. It's actually a really nice one. It's got RGB to it. It's really well rated. Not sure what else you need, but I would snap this up. And then as I was filming, unfortunately, some of my other deals sold out kind of between that and this, but this is an insane deal right now. I would buy this in a heartbeat, and especially if you're thinking about the Steam machine, buy this, plug it in next to your TV, because this will destroy the Steam machine. This has an RTX 5060 in it with 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. It has a 180 hertz 1440p screen, just like the previous one did. You can obviously turn everything down to 1080p, but the 5060 laptop GPU will destroy the Steam machine, by the way. So I would get this for $1,099. Now, typically, these sell much closer to like $1,300 to $1,400. So this is a pretty substantial discount. Remember to check all the links down in the video description for current pricing and availability in your region and any new deals that have dropped. Also check our YouTube post linked down in the video description or on our homepage under the post tab. If you got value out of this video, please give it a like, of course, subscribe for more cool PC content, and we'll catch you on the next one.